Imagine this. You are in a new country. Someone walks up to you and says, "Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?" Do you know what to say? Can you answer clearly, confidently in English? If not, that's exactly why you're here. And by the end of today's episode, you will know exactly what to say. Hello, and welcome back to English Journey Studio. This is day 2 of your 30-day English journey. You are already one step ahead of where you were yesterday. Right now, you are at A1 level, the beginning, but in 30 days, you will reach B1, intermediate level. That means you will understand real conversations. You will follow stories, movies, and podcasts in English. You will express yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas in English. Every single episode moves you one step closer to that goal, day by day. In 28 more days, you will look back at day 1 and think, "I can't believe how much I've learned." But right now, we start with day 2. Today, you will learn one of the most important skills in any language, how to introduce yourself in English. Sarah is going to show us exactly how it's done. Are you ready? Let's begin. It is Saturday morning. Sarah doesn't have to work today. She wakes up a little later than usual, at 8 o'clock. No alarm, just the natural light coming through her curtains. She stretches her arms above her head and takes a long, slow breath. Saturday, she thinks, my favorite day. She goes to the kitchen and makes her green tea. Then she carries her mug to the window and sits down in her small chair. This is her favorite spot in the whole apartment. Outside, the streets of Brooklyn are quiet. A few people are walking their dogs. A man in a yellow jacket is sweeping the sidewalk in front of his shop. A coffee shop across the street has just turned on its lights. Sarah watches all of this slowly. She is in no hurry. After her tea, she opens her notebook. She has a habit of writing 3 things she wants to do each day. A habit is something you do regularly, almost without thinking. Today, she writes, 1. Go to the community center. 2. Buy groceries on the way home. 3. Call mom in the evening. She looks at number 1 and smiles. She is going to a community center in her neighborhood. A community center is a place where local people come together for activities and events. There are classes, clubs, sports, and social events at community centers. They are an important part of life in many American neighborhoods. Today, there is a free English conversation class there. It's for people who want to practice speaking English in a relaxed, friendly environment. Sarah already speaks English well. She grew up speaking it. But she wants to volunteer, to help other people practice. To volunteer means to give your time for free to help others. You do not get paid. You do it because you want to help. She finishes her tea, washes her mug, and goes to get dressed. A simple blue sweater and her favorite dark jeans. Comfortable, warm, perfect for a November Saturday. She picks up her bag, puts on her long gray coat, and walks out the door. The November air hits her face, cold, clean, and fresh. She takes a deep breath. I love Saturdays, she thinks. The community center is only 5 minutes from Sarah's apartment. She walks there along her usual route, past the bakery, past the small park with the old oak tree, and down a quiet side street. When she arrives, she pushes open the heavy front door and steps inside. It is warm inside. She can hear voices and soft music coming from somewhere down the hall. The smell of fresh coffee fills the lobby. A woman at the front desk looks up and smiles at her. She has short, gray hair and kind eyes. "Hi there. Are you here for the conversation class?" "Yes, I am," Sarah says. "My name is Sarah." "Oh, wonderful. We've been expecting you. I'm Linda. I run the front desk here." "Nice to meet you, Linda." "You too, Sarah. The class is in room 3, just down the hall, second door on the left." They're just getting started. Sarah thanks her and walks down the hall. She passes a bulletin board covered in colorful flyers. A bulletin board is a flat board on a wall where people pin notices, posters, and announcements. She sees flyers for yoga classes, a cooking club, a children's reading program, and a Saturday film night. "I should come back and try some of these," she thinks. She finds room 3 and opens the door. Inside, there are about 10 people sitting in a circle of chairs. Some people are young, maybe in their 20s. Some are older, perhaps in their 40s or 50s. They are clearly from many different countries, different faces, different styles, different languages in their hearts. A man at the front of the room sees Sarah and waves. He looks to be about 50 years old. He has warm brown eyes and a friendly smile. "Hi, come in, come in. We're just getting started. Grab a seat anywhere." Sarah smiles and takes an empty chair in the circle. She looks around the room. Everyone looks a little nervous. Some people are looking at the floor. Some are looking at their hands. That's okay, Sarah thinks. She remembers that feeling very well. The man at the front speaks again. "Okay, everyone, welcome. My name is David. I'm the teacher here, and I've been running this class for 6 years. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. That's a city in the middle of the United States. Today, we're going to start with something simple but very important." He pauses and looks around the circle. "We're going to introduce ourselves. Who wants to go first?" There is a short silence. People look at each other. Then a young man raises his hand. To raise your hand means to lift it up in the air to show you want to speak. It is a common gesture in classrooms all over the world. "I'll go," he says. He sits up straight and clears his throat. To clear your throat means to make a small sound to prepare your voice before speaking. He speaks slowly and carefully, choosing each word with care. "Hello, everyone. My name is Marco. I am from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I moved to New York 6 months ago. I work at a restaurant in Manhattan. I am a cook. I like to cook, of course, and I also like to play football. I mean, soccer." He smiles at his own mistake. Everyone in the room laughs softly, not at him, but with him. David explains the difference. "That's a great point, Marco. In America, the word football means American football, a sport played with an oval ball. The sport that most of the world calls football, the one played with a round ball, is called soccer in the United States. It can be confusing at first, but now you know." "Great job, Marco. Who's next?" A young woman on the other side of the circle speaks up. Her voice is soft but clear. "Hi, everyone. My name is Yuna. I am from Seoul, South Korea. I have been in New York for 3 weeks, so everything is still very new to me." She pauses for a moment, then continues. "I am studying fashion design at a school in Manhattan. I love art, music, and trying new food. New York has so much amazing food." A few people nod and smile. They understand that feeling. Everything is new. "Wonderful, Yuna. Welcome to New York," says David. A third person speaks, an older man with glasses and a quiet voice. "My name is Rafael. I am from Mexico City, Mexico. I have lived in Brooklyn for 2 years. I work as a taxi driver. I have a wife and 2 children. My children speak English very well, better than me. He lacks a little. So I come here to practice. I don't want my children to translate everything for me. The room laughs warmly. Everyone understands. Now it is Sarah's turn. She takes a small breath and smiles at the group. Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Ohio is a state in the middle of the United States. But I've lived in Brooklyn for 4 years now, and I really love it here. I work as a graphic designer. That means I create visual things, like logos, posters, and websites. In my free time, I love walking around the neighborhood, trying new restaurants, and reading. She pauses, then adds something from the heart. I'm here today because I want to help you practice English. I know how hard it is to speak in a new language, to feel nervous, to worry about making mistakes. But I want you to know, mistakes are okay. Mistakes mean you're trying. And trying is everything. The room is quiet for a moment. Then Marco nods slowly and says, "Thank you, Sarah." Una smiles. Raphael nods. David says warmly, "That's exactly why we're all here, to help each other." David stands up and walks to the whiteboard. A whiteboard is a smooth, white surface on a wall that you can write on with special markers. When you are finished, you can erase the writing easily. He picks up a blue marker and writes 5 questions on the board. His handwriting is large and clear. The 5 questions are: what is your name? Where are you from? How long have you been in New York? What do you do? What do you like to do in your free time? These 5 questions, David says, are the foundation of any introduction. Foundation means the base, the most important part that everything else is built on. Just like a building needs a strong foundation to stand, your English needs these basic phrases to grow. Now, he says, I want everyone to find a partner. Practice answering these 5 questions. Take turns. Listen carefully when your partner speaks. The room comes alive. Chairs scrape the floor. People turn to each other. Quiet conversations begin everywhere. Sarah turns to the man sitting next to him. His name is Ahmed. He is from Cairo, Egypt, the capital city of Egypt, on the banks of the Nile River. He has been in New York for 1 year. He is a civil engineer, a person who designs and builds roads, bridges, and buildings. Ahmed's English is actually quite good. He knows the words. He understands the grammar. But he speaks very quietly, almost in a whisper. A whisper is when you speak very softly, almost without using your full voice. Ahmed, Sarah says gently, I can hear you, but in a real conversation, on the street, in a cafe, at work, you'll need a stronger voice. I know, he says quietly. I just worry about making mistakes. Sarah looks at him kindly. Everyone in this room is making mistakes right now. That's why we're here. Just speak. Your words are good. Let people hear them. Ahmed takes a breath. He sits up a little straighter, and then he speaks, this time with a clear, strong voice. My name is Ahmed. I am from Cairo, Egypt. I have been in New York for 1 year. I am a civil engineer. In my free time, I like to read history books and take photographs of the city. Sarah breaks into a big smile. That was perfect, Ahmed. Every single word. Ahmed smiles back, a wide, warm, confident smile. It is the smile of someone who has just realized something important. I can do this. And that is the end of today's story. Sarah spent her Saturday morning at the community center, meeting people from Brazil, South Korea, Mexico, and Egypt, and she helped them do something brave, speak in a new language. Let's review some of the key words and phrases from today's episode. To introduce yourself, to tell someone who you are for the first time. A habit, something you do regularly, almost without thinking. A community center, a local place where people come together for activities. To volunteer, to give your time for free to help others. A bulletin board, a board on a wall where people put notices and announcements. To raise your hand, to lift your hand to show you want to speak. To clear your throat, to make a small sound to prepare your voice. Soccer, the American word for football. A whiteboard, a smooth white surface you write on with markers. Foundation, the base, the most important part. A whisper, a very soft, quiet voice. Thank you so much for listening today. That was day 2 of 30 days from A1 to B1. Before you go, if you finished today's episode, leave a comment below and write Day 2 done. It takes only 5 seconds, and it helps you stay on track with your 30-day English journey. I read every comment, and I love seeing your progress. Tomorrow is day 3. Sarah goes to the grocery store. Subscribe to English Journey Studio so you never miss an episode. See you tomorrow. Keep listening, keep learning. Goodbye for now.